Soundtrack to the love we make. Let your love flow and shower us. Let your love flow and shower us.
Alright, peace and love, peace and love. It's Sunday morning. I'm on my way to church. And I decided to turn the camera on. I had some things I was thinking about, and so I just went ahead and turned the camera on. This past week was an interesting week, and it was a good week overall for me. But there was a particular situation that happened on Friday that put me into a deeper state of thought. Everybody that knows me knows I've been moving in this state of peace and working hard to maintain that, regardless of what comes at me. So when this particular situation happened on Friday, I attempted to maintain peace. I attempted to, remain calm in spite of but I was bothered afterwards. I was bothered. One reason I was bothered is because first off, I was proud of how I handled the situation, because I did remain calm. But I was bothered because I realized how much I've changed. I was bothered because I realized that back in the day, what happened would not have went down the way that it went down. Not anywhere near how it went down. Because I was spoken to in a manner in which there was a time that there would be consequences for talking to me in that manner, But since I've chosen this path of peace, then nowadays when people talk to me in that manner, I take a minute, and I weigh whether or not it would be worth it, or would it serve me any good to respond to the energy that is being presented. It didn't mean that I could not have handled the situation or responded, and matched the energy, and really deadened the energy, because I could have. But I weighed that, and I thought about all the progress I had made or have made in my life. I thought about how far I've come, and how, I mean, it is not even far back in my past that I handled things a different way. I would match or shut down your energy real quick. So in this particular instance, it was a young person, and it's a person that hasn't yet maybe learned some of the lessons that I've learned, So I didn't think it would be fair for me to put, it's a female bikers club beside me. If you hear the motorcycles and the music. They got it going on. That's what's up. But it was a younger person who I know they haven't yet learned some of the lessons that I've learned, and I knew that they didn't understand exactly what they were doing in that moment, and I knew that they meant well. I knew that we actually had the same ideas in mind, but it was just the manner or the approach in which they took to attempt to force me to understand or just receive or take their perspective. And what I saw was that the approach that the person was taking, although they meant well, it came at me wrong. It came at me wrong. Most definitely came at me wrong. But I was reminded of a time when I moved in the same manner. So the way that I receive and process things is sometimes I feel like lessons are packaged in those moments. If you're willing, if you're humble enough to receive the lesson. And sometimes it's not necessarily a lesson where you're punished, or a lesson, where it is intended to hurt you. But sometimes you have to feel harsh lessons to understand what those moments potentially did to other people. When I was operating in that manner, although I've grown from that, although I'm sorry, you know, for how I acted at certain points in my life, although I don't have any intent of ever going back to that way of life and treating people in that manner and hurting people. I may have grown and understand that that wasn't right, but I may not yet understand how that feels to be on the receiving end of that. So, and this is my opinion, I feel that sometimes we are put in those positions to give us an opportunity to understand how certain things feel. And so, you know, on one side of it, hey, I'm proud of how I responded. I'm proud of the fact that I didn't retaliate energy. But on the flip side of that, I was bothered, and it had me feeling a way because I felt what that feels like for somebody to talk to you in that way. Although I understood that this person one day, maybe not, will come to understand what I now understand, and that, you know, how you talk to people matters. You may have good intentions, but sometimes we can say things the wrong way, and it can have a negative impact on people. So, you know, I was able to feel what others may have potentially felt in my past when I acted in that manner. And so I was, like I said, it put me into a deeper state of thought, but I was grateful for it because I was able to see what the other side of that coin felt like, you know, the other side of that situation felt like. And now I have a better understanding. And although I have grown from it and I have apologized to many, sometimes it's not possible to apologize to all, but to understand how that feels is necessary for my growth. It's necessary for me to be able to teach others. It's necessary for me to be able to be a blessing to others, or to, you know, help be a part of healing for myself and others. So, that's what's been on my mind. Like, I'm in a good state. It was just that Friday had a little moment where it was like, and then Saturday morning was kind of, you know, but as the day went on, man, it kind of, it mellowed itself out, and I gained that understanding through it all. So sometimes you have to receive certain things, certain packages, certain letters, not letters, certain packages, certain letters. I'm thinking about mail. Certain lessons, not letters, certain lessons, in order for you to truly heal and truly grow and be able to be of help to someone else. Because maybe this helps some of you who feel that every situation is necessary for you to retaliate, because it's not. And there are times where I'm not saying every time you should, you know, bow in peace, and you know, there are gonna be some times where you're gonna have to straighten some people out. But I think when we take a moment to just think things through slowly and process, we'll find that every situation is not necessarily necessary for us to retaliate energy. And I'm thankful that I did not in that moment, because, you know, it could have taken the situation even further. But because I didn't, myself and this person were able to have a conversation later where we did kind of air out what, you know, where we were and what we were feeling. But I mean, after that, it was fine. The next day, we were fine. You know, There's no hard feelings. But at the same time, we're not gonna have a lot of these moments where a person will be allowed to talk any kind of way, especially if they don't learn from it. So it's important that you learn from it. Make sure you learn from it when you get these lessons, and you grow from it, move forward, and but you still use wisdom and your judgment in determining whether or not you need to respond with equal energy, greater energy, or forgive and understand that a person has not yet learned what you have learned. They may not have the wisdom that you now have. So I have some grace in a lot of situations, but know where you draw your line. And that's all, y'all. Peace and love.